All right. Hello, Internet. This is Warbotniks, and hopefully everyone's doing great. I am actually pretty excited. Defensecon is coming. It's just about almost over a week away, and we already pretty much have a packed release schedule for pretty much expecting with every one of these days are going to have a release of a new ship or vehicle. So let's just jump straight into it. So we're going to go ahead and break down every ship release we know for every day, and so that you guys can plan out how you guys want to spend your money, what to pass on, and what maybe CCUs you want to expect to look into. All right, let's get started. First of all, Drake. Obviously, Ironclad. That is coming. We do know that is going to be the big one, but also we have the Drake Pitbull. Now, I do have this sneak peek here. I'm just going to have this represent the Pitbull, but I am still not too sure if this is the Pitbull or not. I think it's part of it. Now, I did in a previous video speculate probably this would be a companion vehicle to the Ironclad, and I kind of speculate it would be best served as a wheeled infantry fighting vehicle or something like that, or APC. But it is looking more and more. I don't know. I'm starting to think that it may not be with each passing day. But hey, if it is, great. I'm just probably gonna pick one up to use and probably turn it as an LTI token, because usually during these big sales, we usually have an LTI token that is released usually near the beginning, but I do remember that like there were a few that were like that came in later. I think the Salvation was one of them. Don't quote me on that though. All right, next, Origin Jumpworks Kruger and RSI. Now, before the recent sneak peeks that came out, I honestly thought, and we're going to use the Wolf here, honestly thought the Stingray would be the release candidate or vehicle for this day. However, that may not be the case, because we don't really often get two or three competing. We usually don't get multiple competing releases from different manufacturers on these days. So seeing that Origin takes up like a huge chunk of this day, I'm gonna say probably the Stingray may not be coming out during Defensecon, but instead we are getting the new Project M80. This is actually the top secret plans snapshot from CIG, their sneak peek, and here is the screenshot snapshot of the cockpit area of the new M80. So it is a heavy fighter, so we are definitely probably going to be seeing increased guns, and we're probably going to see a sort of Origin take on it. There's definitely going to be some hint of luxury or comfort to it. As you can see, we have that fancy leather on the seats, and we also have the nice interior back there that is well lit, comfortable, and I can't make out a panoramic roof or anything with the Origin magical glass, but hey, if there is one, that'll be awesome. This will be like a touring heavy fighter at that point, because Origin always likes to sort of like fill in a little bit thingy here and there. Main thing is, if this has a coffee maker, sold. I love it. Give it to me now, Origin. Because the 315P is my starter beginner ship and also a fallback daily driver I always return to. So that being said, Origin M80 for day 2. And the Stingray, as I said, probably not gonna happen. All right, moving to MISC. As you can see, the MISC logo is the bigger logo here. So we do know from a sneak peek a while here we go, is the, let's bring this to the front. Excuse me, sir. There we go. This is the MISC Starlite cockpit area. I am suspecting that this guy here is probably going to be the advanced starter or professional starter that they are bringing in for MISC. So similar to the Salvation, the Ox, the Drake Golomox, and a few of the other ones they've been producing as starter entries to the profession. So this is refueling and maybe potentially resupplying. Probably not. And I am suspecting this is going to be like a Hull A size ship. So I'm considering that this is probably going to be an advanced starter package that's going to have an LTI and everything. So I'm going to guess probably between $65 to $90 range. So this fills in the sort of light fighter, the light ship of the lineup. So, all right. So we have the LTI small thing, which is usually like a $35 to $55 item. Large, of course, the Ironclad. Heavy, which would be our Origin. Or like size 2, so like also mediums. As I said, Stingray probably not happening, but we're gonna put it there, just crossing our fingers it may show up. But that's a lot of money that needs to be shelled out for if you want both. The Starlite, which is the refueling vehicle. We have heard nothing from Argo, Mirai, or Greycat, but we'll probably see a CCU or a Warbond upgrade for one of those. Next, Aegis. Well, time to fill in the large area here. So of course we had the hammerhead gold standard that came out, but we also have the new hammerhead potential variant called the Tiberon. So Tiberon is probably going to be the hammerhead size, so it is about almost the same size as the Ironclad. So we have 2 ships filling into the large category. Now the assault is generally not. It is technically marketed towards military, but it's more of a support role, whereas the the Tiberon is going to have that giant beam on its head. Is going to be more of the offensive side of the military. So there you go. That's a big flesh out. Now, Crusader and Tumbril. We've heard nothing. It has been pretty quiet on the Crusader Tumbril side, so this will probably be like the break day. Just to sort of calm our wallets and hype for the next Anvil, for Anvil coming up the next day. And that being said, Anvil, the giant battlecruiser in the room. So they said that the battlecruiser is double the mass of a javelin. So as you can see, the javelin pretty much just dwarfs all the other things on this list here. And now we have the Battlecruiser, which is this is the Pegasus, but this is about double the size of the Javelin, so expect the Battlecruiser to be around this size here. It is a very limited sale. They're probably gonna, as I said, you have to join the Battlecruiser Club, Founders Club, if you want to do that 999 word character essay and all that. So there you go. There you have it. All right. So, what do you guys think? What are you guys going to be aiming for? I personally, as I said, I already have the Ironclad base model. I may upgrade to the Assault model because they did say they did increase the SU storage space. And if we can rearm from the Assault, perfect. I love it. Next, of course, Origin. The M80 is an instant buy for me, most likely. 80% chance. Pun intended. Actually, that's not even a pun. All right, moving on. The Starlite, which is a support refueler. Probably not going to go for that, as I already have a Starfarer. Actually, no, I'm not going to have a Starfarer. That is the loaner to my Vulcan. So hopefully the Vulcan can do something similar to that when they get to that eventually. And then we have the Hammerhead, Gold Standard, and the Tiberon. So that will be Aegis. So that is 8 straight days of new ships and product out on that market. And then, of course, just ending it with a finale and Battlecruiser sale. All right. What do you guys think? Which ones are you gonna go for? What is a definite buy for you? What is a alright, definitely gonna try to aim for in game when it arrives? And which ones do you think are a miss, or am I missing something that could be coming out? Hey, Crusader Tumbril, they're the only ones that aren't showing up with anything. So let me know in the comments. Take care, guys, and as we get closer, I am definitely going to be streaming during the Defensecon week. All right then, have fun, take care, see you out in the verse. Bye for now.